It started like any other morning, but something felt off the moment I saw trucks lined up on my land. At first, I thought it was a mistake. I had no idea this would turn into a war. I walked closer, trying to understand what was happening. Workers were busy, like this place belonged to them. No one even looked at me twice. That's when I realized something was seriously wrong. They were building homes, not one, not two, dozens. Right on my land. Nobody stopped them. That's when she showed up, the HOA representative, acting like she owned everything. She told me I was trespassing on my own land. The officer tried to calm things down, but even he seemed unsure. The HOA had paperwork, or at least they claimed they did. And suddenly, I was the outsider. I could have stopped them right there, but I didn't. Instead, I made a decision, one that would change everything. If they wanted to build, I'd let them build every house, every single one of them. Weeks turned into months, and the neighborhood kept growing, house after house, or on land they didn't own. Eventually, they finished 96 homes. Families started moving in. They thought it was over that. When I made my move, I walked into court and pulled out the one thing they never expected. The original deed. The courtroom went silent. Every eye locked onto me. The HOA's confidence, it started to crack. They didn't expect this. I held up the DID, signed, stamped, and legally binding. This land had always been mine, and I had the proof to back it up. For the first time, she looked nervous. Her lawyer leaned in, whispering fast. Something was going very wrong for them. The judge examined the document carefully. Seconds felt like hours. No one moved. No one spoke. I bought that land years ago, before any of this existed. It was quiet, untouched, and completely mine. Behind the scenes, the HOA was scrambling. Their paperwork had holes, big ones. Their lawyer searched for anything to save them, but there was nothing solid. No valid transfer, no real ownership. Meanwhile, I stayed calm. I had waited for this moment. Every move was planned, every second calculated. Then the judge finally spoke, and the room froze. This was it, the moment everything changed. Her face said it all. She already knew they had lost control, and there was no way out. The ruling was clear. The land legally belonged to me. Every inch of it, including the houses built on top. Gasps filled the room. People couldn't believe it. 96 homes, all tied to one mistake. She sat down slowly, her confidence gone. The power she once had vanished in seconds. I walked out of that courtroom, not angry, not loud, just victorious. But outside, things were different. Families had already moved in. I had no idea what was coming. The story hit the news fast. Headlines everywhere. HOA builds on wrong land. It spread like wildfire. People were shocked. How could this even happen? A mistake this big was almost unbelievable. Inside the HOA, it was chaos. Blame was flying everywhere. No one wanted responsibility. I stood at a distance, looking at everything. 90-6 homes, all now under my control. I had a choice to make, a big one. What would I do with all of this? That's what everyone wondered. News spread quickly through the neighborhood. People gathered outside, confused and worried. Some thought it was fake, others started to panic. Arguments started breaking out. Families didn't know what to believe. They had invested everything here, and now it was all uncertain. Lawyers got involved from every direction. Phone calls, meetings, non-stop. Everyone wanted answers, but no one had a simple solution. The HOA finally reached out to me quietly. They wanted to negotiate, but things had changed. Now this time, I wasn't the one being ignored. They sat across from me, waiting for my answer. The power had shifted completely. They made their first offer. A huge amount of money. More than most people would accept instantly, but I didn't react. I took my time, no rush, no pressure. This moment was mine to control, because this wasn't just business, it wasn't just money, it was about what they did and how far they pushed it. I remembered everything. The way they treated me. The way they dismissed me like I didn't matter. Now I looked at the same neighborhood. From a different position. Everything had changed. And so had I. Finally, I made my move. I placed my terms on the table. Clear, simple, final, no confusion this time. They weren't expecting it. The room went quiet again. Some looked shocked, others frustrated. I made one thing clear. No families would be forced out. This wasn't their fault. They deserved stability, and I offered real agreements. Fair contracts. Something they should have had from the start. One by one, people started agreeing. Trust slowly replaced fear. Things began to settle. The HOA, however, that was falling apart. Their control was gone, and everyone knew it. Everyone knew it.